I am being joined at this moment by former Army Chief General Malik. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us at this moment. Very, very important timing. I want to start by asking you, and I'm sure you have seen this, a very comprehensive briefing by the DGMOs of all the three, Director Generals of all the three operations of all the three services. As per them, India has achieved all the objectives it was in fact put out before the forces before this operation began. What are your takeaways from this briefing, sir?
I thought it was done very well, and I must compliment all the soldiers, including those two girls who have been speaking till recently, and of course all the military operations heads of the Army, Navy, and Air Force who spoke. And it was also necessary. You know, today we are in always having information war, particularly in this kind of conflicts that are taking place. And it has become necessary for us to make such briefings as frequent as possible, because otherwise we will suffer from the misinformation campaign launched by our adversary. And our own public also, after some time, can lose confidence. So I think what they have done today was extremely well done. They have given a lot of confidence to our own people. And also, I'm sure they have lowered the morale of the adversary on the other side. You know, the kind of briefing that they have done, they have explained almost minute-to-minute details that were what was our objective, how we achieved it, and how effective our military machine, both man and material, how they have well conducted themselves, whether it is air defense or it is the Air Force targeting or the Army, the way they have been handling the situation. And the other thing which came across was, again, I thought it was a very well coordinated activity that we saw. Yes. You know, so far we have been complaining about the CDS not being there, but now CDS is there, and we can see the effect of having a CDS, and we can see the effect of the coordinated activity amongst all the three services.
Sir, let me then understand this from you, and I would like to in fact quote from a post that you had put out yesterday on X, which in which you had in fact put out certain your views on what has happened after the ceasefire understanding was reached between India and Pakistan. You said that we have left India's future history to ask what politico-strategic advantage, if any, are gained after its kinetic and non-kinetic actions post Pakistan's horrific terror strike in Pahalgam on April 22nd. Can I now ask you, in context with what have been briefed today, just to try and understand what you meant by the post that you had put out, and is there a change of position since then?
Very briefly, I want to give you our history of the way we have been combating this cross-border terrorism, the proxies of the Pakistan Army. You know, till 2016, we were always carrying out defensive and protective activities. And it is only after Uri strike in 2016 that our political authorities gave us a permission to go across, and we carried out surgical strike. Again, it carried on from their side. And in 2019, we were again forced to carry out the air operation at Balakot. And that was another stronger hint this time that we can go inside your territory and hit the terrorist camp. All this was going on against the terrorist activities from the other side. Over the years, it is now quite clear that the terrorists are being directed and sponsored by Pakistani Army. I mean, we have no doubt who have been fighting these things. So as far as the operations are concerned, this time we had a very strong approach and very well done, I must say, whole of the nation approach, diplomatically, economically, including the suspension of Indus Water Treaty. All those activities were done very strongly to be able to send a message to not only Pakistan terrorists, but the Pakistan government and particularly Pakistan Army. So far, very well done. Operation Sindoor was launched, very well done. They have done extremely well, whatever they were directed to do at that time. My question is not there. And in fact, for that, I must compliment the political authority also who gave the freedom to our armed forces. My question, to the extent, is only about, have we achieved the political aim? Have we been a bit of a hurry to call and to accept the ceasefire? Now, political aim of all this that we have been doing over the years has been to stop Pakistan Army carrying out its proxy war through its proxies.
Right.
We have been suffering that for over 40 years now, almost 4 decades. So this time when we went really hammer and tongs with them, so we should have now made sure that at least our political aim, which is to stop them from doing this, is achieved. So I don't think we have been able to achieve, or whether we have achieved or not, future will tell. And that's what I said in my tweet also.
Also probe this further, sir, because there are other experts as well, like Mr. Brahmachalani, who has said that it possibly felt this ceasefire understanding, which came into effect at 1500 hours, on 10th of May, that it felt like India had an advantage. We had an upper hand and we gave away that advantage by agreeing to Pakistan's ceasefire request.
Well, I may not go to the extent what Brahmachalani has said. We have achieved, no doubt about it, strong lessons at the operational levels have been conveyed to Pakistan. At the operational level, I'm sure that they have not only realized our resolve, but also our superiority, both in manpower as well as the equipment is concerned. That's a big achievement, there is no doubt. That's why I said at operational level, so far it has been a very successful campaign, whatever we have launched. It's only that what will be the ultimate result as far as our political objective, political aim is concerned. Will the Pakistan Army stop its proxies hereafter to indulge in the kind of activity that they have been doing on our side? We have suffered it for so long. Our aim should not be only to stop it for a short while. Now our aim and objective should be to make them stop forever. We have to break this nexus between the Pakistani army and its proxies, and that I am a little doubtful how much we have achieved so far.
So basically, sir, a strong message has been sent to Pakistan. There has been almost a redrawing of the rules of engagement with Pakistan, but this was also an opportunity to ensure Pakistan does not regroup. There are a lot of talk about the kind of money Pakistan has received from the IMF at this moment. Possibly the worry is that a lot of it is going to be funneled in trying to rebuild the terror infrastructures, and we may be back to this vicious cycle of Pakistan pushing in terrorists, and we may have to in fact engage them again.
Yes, that's right. It looks, having known Pakistan Army for a long time now, I have a feeling that they will indulge in it again. And that's my worry, sooner than later. There's one more thing that I have in my mind, and that is the manner in which we have now accepted USA as a kind of a mediator and somebody who's, giving us direction, ke bhi band kar do and all that. I don't think that will come across well in our, it will affect our image in the international community. Because people will think that we no longer have that strategic autonomy that we've been talking of all along. And we are even giving them a chance to now start mediating and again rehyphenating India and Pakistan, which is what we have been trying to avoid all this while.
But may I then, put out this, that the government has very clearly said that it is not because we wanted any kind of mediation. It's because of the punitive action that the Indian Air Force, Army and our armed forces have taken against Pakistan, that the Pakistanis went to United States trying to figure out some way of stopping the punitive action that India was taking. India was giving Pakistan. So it was then that the Americans came into play.
But the impression that has gone after Donald Trump's his own tweet and the kind of tweets that are coming both from social media coming from Pakistan as well as in USA, they have already sort of considered themselves that they are the last word in such mediations. And again, as I said, they will now start. People will start rehyphenating India and Pakistan. That is what we have been trying to avoid for such a long time. And we have been successful. But again, we have fallen in that trap. That is my another worry that I thought I must mention to you.
Right, General Malik, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. Always a pleasure to have you on the broadcast, for better understanding on all these issues. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. News and updates will continue here on NDTV. Stay tuned.